Hello, 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 and welcome to Nails for the Week. My name is Lori, and I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous day today. I know I am because you're here and we get to play in the nail room. So, let's get started. So, Born Pretty. I noticed that a lot of people lately have been getting PR from Born Pretty, but that's not what this is. None of this is PR, and all of my brand spotlights are complete. I pay for all of them completely. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that, so it's completely non-bias for sure. Absolutely no way it's biased. However, I do have not a ton of Born Pretty, but I do have kind of a lot of it. This is almost everything I have. I didn't pull all of my chromes out. I did pull a few chromes out. You can see these ones have already been swatched. They're numbered. And then we go ahead and, you know, these are the swatches that I do. This is what it looks like over white, over black, and over clear. So you can just put it over the top of whatever color you want. So should we do the chromes first? These are stamping polishes. These are inks. I think these are gel polishes. I got a Hema-free one and an All Shine On Me one. And another Hema-free. And a functional gel kit. I believe these are, yep, base and top coats. So that I had all of the stuff I needed, of course. And I bought all that new along with some metal painting gel. And I thought that the mixing gel is in here somewhere too. Black Glass Cat Magnetic Gel. Okay, so this is a new one that I bought. Two. These are all wrapped up. Okay, this is the stamping mixing oil. So I thought we could play with that maybe. But these ones are all older. You can see that's back when they had their little, just a peacock feather for there. And I don't know how I got a 7mm polish, but I apparently did. This is Omnipotent Cat Magnetic Gel. I'm not really sure. This is a top coat. But let's just get all of this stuff out. These ones are really neat. You'll like those. They're very old too. I mean, as you can tell, it's just a completely different bottle. And there's no logo on there at all. These bottles did kind of suck because after you used them for a little bit, the handle cracked. But this is just a no wipe top coat. But let's get all of these out of here. See, this is even an older logo with the crown. So yeah, we've got from a myriad of years. Bought a brand new brush. We have a lot of stamping plates. All right, let's just move this whole box out of the way, shall we? That would be smart, Lori. Yep. Okay. All right. So, first and foremost, I don't know what the names of any of these are because if they had anything on the bottom, it's long gone now. So, this is the one that I haven't swatched yet. But here is 3, 14, 25, and 27. These numbers are just for my own organizational purposes. You know, I did these with the label maker, so it has nothing to do with what they are. But here, let's let you have a close-up on this one. It's a nice pink. Just gives you a little bit of a pink shimmer. And then it's kind of a, yeah, maybe a burgundy, orangey red, dark orangey red. And then, yeah, the clear one is just clear. Did I even show you the black one, or was that out of frame? I don't know. But I've never really had a problem with the Born Pretty Chromes. Here is what I call 14. Yes, this one is a little gritty, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's their fault. That definitely could be my fault. And this is just, I believe it's just a white, but it could be, yeah, a magic mirror. Could be a chrome, but I think it's the white, the glazed donut effect. I don't know if you can, yeah, kind of see it. Well, these two are both green. I don't know why I pulled green. I just pulled it. But these are chrome. This one is a chrome with flakies. It's just so pretty over that white. It's got the blue and green color in it. What is it? Multi-chrome color. It's a little bit of yellow on the edge there. This one is just a really pretty, more of a flaky than a chrome, I guess. But they called them chrome, you know, chrome flakies back in the day. And there is a little tiny bit of holographic glitter scattered in there along with it. And then, yeah, I don't know how much you can really see. The light is really reflecting off of that. So this is the other one that I pulled. This one is a holographic. This is a linear holographic, but there's not much hollow to it. You really got to get it in the right light to see the hollow. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to in this light. We got that on the white. This is what it looks like on the red. And then this is what it looks like on clear. Not that you can really see it very well. If you want over pink. Shoop. I don't know, this one is really pretty. It's got that linear, like I said, the linear holographic in it. So those are those four that I just kind of randomly picked out of my drawer. So I've got this one that I haven't swatched yet. Looks like it's going to be a glittery mermaid effect. It's probably why I haven't swatched it or anything yet. Let me show you. Kind of how much, whoops, if you could see kind of how much you get in there. It's actually quite a bit compared to a lot of chromes, especially nowadays. But let's throw on a top coat and see how this goes. Look at that on the black. Am I in frame? I hope so. Look at that, just rubbing right in. There we go. definitely don't need much, just the absolute barest amount, because it is kind of flying everywhere, just like fairy flakes or fairy dust. If you have any of that. It's always kind of hard to do the bottom one. Don't know why. I think it just wiggles more. You can't put like pressure on it or whatever. All right, well, give them a good scrub in just in case. Now, the one thing that you do need to remember is that this chrome is years old. I've had it in my collection for a very long time. So I don't know if their chromes have improved, if they haven't improved, but I got this when chrome first started being a thing. Let me grab a fluffy brush. That's the only problem with a lot of these products that I have here. It's like whether or not they have improved what they've done. I guess I was always told that Born Pretty was a cheap brand and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't think that it's a cheap brand. I think it's kind of middle of the road. Let's put some top coat on these. Let's find, okay, we'll do this one. Like I said, these bottles were not my favorite just because of the lids. The bottles are fine, the lids suck. But this is really old, so I don't know. There's not much left in it. It does have a little bit of graininess. If you can see, it's really hard to see. But this one is really, really pretty with the pink and got that beautiful green and purple shift on the black. And it's got like a pink and yellow, maybe a pink and green on the white. And over top of this blue, it shows a little bit purple and kind of aqua. Even in frame, who knows? But yeah. It's definitely pretty. Definitely pretty. And honestly, the little bit of greeniness that's there, I don't think you're going to be able to tell unless somebody's, you know, right up their eyeballs right up on your nails. And how often do people really do that? I ask. Okay, what else do we have? This is a color code. Oh, okay, so blooming gels. That's why it has the little bee on it, just to let you know. I had 2 of them. Wonder what happened to my other one. I'm not really sure. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Blooming gels. I love their blooming gels. I got one that's white and one that's clear. And these worked really, really well for me. I never had a problem with them at all. Let's use this frosted plastic, I believe is the color, number 3945. It's supposed to be, ouch, it's dries matte, as you can see, and it's supposed to be like a jelly. Not a jelly, a syrup type color. But let's put this white blooming gel down. And you really only need a really thin coat. Not in frame, Lori. So, oof, I hope this was mixed up enough, because usually it's opaque white. God, why don't you just make a mess? Why don't you just make a mess? All right. Just a really pretty, really quick bloom. So, I'm gonna pop that in the lamp. And I think I'm going to really quickly throw on some gloves because I'm already spilling and dropping things all over the place, so we don't need to be doing that. Well, I don't need to be getting allergic to gel. I would have to cry. I don't know what I would do, honestly, if I ended up allergic. That would just... tragique. It would be tragique. And a little bit of alcohol. Go. I left the... Oh boy. I left the cotton round on the alcohol. Okay. Do you guys want to see what this color looks like? It's like super duper old, but it's still really pretty. There you go. You just got to give it a minute for it to self-level, and then I'm going to flip it upside down. But it levels itself pretty good when you're painting it. So, but I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the lamp. Just a nice, pretty hot pink. Nice kind of syrupy color. Okay. So I've got a couple of those type. This is number 120. It's just a regular colored polish. These bottles are 10 ml. And I'm almost positive that they are, what is this? Scrub Seal Coat. So this is a matte top coat, an old matte top coat. And oh, I like this. I love this color. But here, let me show you this color. It's just a really pretty green or teal color. And this is one of my favorites. Does it have the number on it? Yep, 309 or 3906. And this is just really old. But I've used it several times, and I know that it's a really nice, good quality polish. Can you tell why I love it? Huh? Look at that pretty color. Oh God, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Gorgeous. Oh, I missed a spot. These ones do have a bit of a smell, but it's not overwhelming by any stretch of the imagination. And here's that plastic one. It's a little bit streaky, but not bad. Not bad at all. And this was just one coat. I wonder what 2 coats would do for you. See if we'll get rid of all the streaks. Whoop. Whoop-a. Look at the brush. The brush went a little wonky. All right. Now they tell me, other YouTubers and stuff that I watch, tell me that the trick is to put as little polish as possible on the swatches. So super thin coats, and that will make it level and beautiful. That's what they tell me. I don't know. Okay. How is that for a gorgeous one coater? And it dries matte. Oh, so pretty. I love that color. Love, love, love. And if you want to see it shiny, there you go. All right. So I bought those forever ago, and I don't know if I bought, see this blooming gel is just clear. So yeah, it's just clear. Viscosity is, it's a little thick, but not really. Not too bad. Pretty normal viscosity. All right. So why didn't you, did I forget to turn you on? Okay. Let's see. That's the cat eye. These are color coats that I bought. This is a thermal nail gel, but it's really old, so I don't know. I really don't know if it'll still work. This is a reflective glitter top coat. So we'll put the top coat over here. We'll get these color coats. And then we'll worry about all the new stuff here in a minute. Just check out our old stuff first. Oh, that looks like it still works. Pretty kind of dark browny black. Should we see what color? I believe this turns pink, but I just wanted to show you. I'll show you these real quick. Just the color and the viscosity. They're very pretty colors. It's a nice green. And I can't read that. Apple pudding is what it's called. That one's apple pudding. Okay, this one's number 77. 042. I don't know if, yeah, this one doesn't have any other, but I mean, they stay really nice. Like I said, I've had these for a very long time. And I've never had any problems with any of my Born Pretty polishes. They are nice polishes. So we'll just give this a coat. This is the thermal polish. We're going to go ahead and pop that into the lamp. I thought I hit the lamp. All right. It's nice plastic. A plastic one. Pretty. Well, here, let's put the reflective top coat on there, shall we? Look at that. Just Gorgeous. Gives you a nice even distribution. So there's not like chunks of stuff everywhere where like a pile of it over here and a pile of it over there. It goes on really nicely. I like it. I don't know if you can tell the reflectiveness of it. Probably not. But it is a really pretty shiny top coat. I'm going to take out this one. Looks like it's thermaled up to a nice nude. You can tell. But yeah. It's so warm, it's a nude. Where are you? There you are. And then cold, it's this really dark browny black color. I guess I would consider it a black. The only problem with these is you never know how much polish you have on there because it always just changes color as you're swiping. So hopefully that's an even coat. Oh. But yeah, I really like that one. I think it's really cool. My main problem with thermals is I don't like for the darkest color of my nail to be at the tip. I always want, you know. So the thermals that they came out with that were nude, the hot part was nude, and then the bottom tip was colored, I thought was really cool because I mean you're giving yourself a French manicure with zero work. Well, at least zero as far as any extra effort after you have put on your, and I'm not really sure what I was thinking. I think I was trying to find a really good nude polish. And yeah, because, you know, we've got, this one's a little bit lavender and it's got just a nice little sprinkle of, can you see it? Nice little sprinkle of holographic in there. That is number 98. This is just a nice peach, number 13. And this one I really like. Whoop, here you go. This is a nice, pretty nude, with a little sprinkle of holographic, just really fine holographic glitter in there. That is number 97. And like I said, I don't know if they, number 77, I don't know if they sell these anymore. This one is one of my favorites too, number 92. It's just a really pretty white and blue glitter polish. Just really, really pretty. And then we have number 91. Gorgeous, gorgeous, like green polish with holographic stars and all sorts of nice chunky glitters. Should we see? And it's not, I mean, it's a little chunky, but not anywhere near like Zyj would be. So it's a little chunky, but not, I mean, it's what you would expect. It's not a really thick, nasty polish just because it's got glitter in it. So they really know what they're doing there. I have no idea with this. Oh, I think it was like a silver cat eye, silver holographic cat eye. But it's pretty old, so we're just gonna leave it for now. I wanted to show you, these are, or this is, they called it silkworm gel. I don't know if you could still get these at all or if they discontinued them. But the thing is, you know, do you guys know those, I think it's Doughy, the Doughy collection? Maybe it's not Doughy. But the moon, the Craters of the Moon collection, yeah. That's what these are. So, let's see if it still works, shall we? Okay, I mixed that up as much as I could. But I don't think, yeah, the pigment's not mixed in there. And I just don't think I'm going to be able to get it off the bottom. But I'll tell you what, I'll leave it upside down for the rest of this video, and then we'll come back and check it out later. All right, let's move on to these alcohol inks that I got. My mom actually bought me a set for Christmas one year. Now, this set doesn't go in complete order. I've got a 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And the 9 is just a clear. And I'm honestly surprised that none of these have evaporated yet. But they're sealed pretty good. And they stayed mixed together pretty good too, which is impressive. So let's use the new stuff. Let's see if I can't find, oh, this is what I noticed too. Look at that. Okay, these gold lids are, the gold lids are colored gels, are colors or metallic gels, and the silver lids are, like, this is stamping mixing oil, top coat, matte top coat, and the base gel is also silver lidded. So let's do 5. What the heck, why not? So I don't know what all I've said so far. But Born Pretty is one of the very first gels that I actually bought. They've been around for a very long time. The price is kind of middle of the road. You know, you get it from just about anywhere. They have their own website. You can get it from Ally and TEMU and Shein and all the places, you know. eBay if you really want to try eBay, but honestly, I quit buying from eBay because the last few orders that I tried to place, I mean, I used to buy from eBay all the time, but the last few orders that I placed, I never got them, or I got the wrong thing, and it was just freaking, it was a mess. But anyway, so I bought them, and I really liked them. I really liked, you know, the consistency and the way that they worked and everything else. But it got to a point where, for some reason, I could not, for the life of me, find anything. Whoops, making a mess here in my lamp. I could not find anything that was more than 7 ml bottles. So I just quit buying from them because I didn't like the 7 ml. I just don't like tiny bottles. But I'll show you the consistency of the matte is about, it's perfect for me. It's right down the middle, I think, consistency. This is the mixing oil. We're not going to worry about that yet. Here is the top coat, and that's really a thin top coat. If you like thinner top coats, and then the base coat is nice and thick. Give that good string. Good string. So I'm putting these in for 60 seconds. I don't know. LED lamp. Yep, 60 seconds. Or until completely dry. And the matte is a no wipe, so that's good too. But, you know, just So they stopped selling any, whoops, that didn't work. Anything that wasn't, you know, 10 mil or greater. So there were no 15 mil or anything like that. I'm assuming this is their black. Deep dark red, maybe, I don't know. The burgundy. They do have a pretty strong smell to them. But there is number 2. But, you know, for an alcohol ink, you know, you kind of expect that. This is number 3. A pretty tealy green. Number 5. But now that they are starting to sell 15 mils again, here is number 3, or is it 5? This is 5. A pretty burgundy color. This is 6. There's definitely a good color payoff. I don't like the ones that are so super pigmented that you have to work really hard to get them to blow out like that, to be lighter colored. I like them to be this much pigment. Whereas you can make them darker by adding more, but and I'll finish up here with number 8. Might as well sit like this. Number 8 is kind of a purpley blue. Kind of makes you wonder how old these are. Well, with them being so old, I wonder if they're maybe a little bit different colored, but this is, yeah, a blue, deep dark blue. So these are the colors. Whoop, there you go. Kind of a red, reddy pink, or reddy burgundy, orangey brown, yeah, browny orange, teal, blue, bluey purple. And then the black. They look pretty good. Okay. And then I'm not going to show you the clear because honestly, that's just to blend out the other colors. You can use alcohol or whatever else. So, all right. We have the swatch stick from earlier. And I bought some painting gel, metal painting gel. I'm assuming because of the lid that it's silver, but I don't remember. Honestly, you guys, I bought this stuff on their Black Friday sale. So it's been a little bit since I've, ooh, wow. Since I've purchased this. Look at that. Wow. That is definitely metallic. Looks like liquid metal in there. It's really, really thin viscosity. Let's also use, come on, a new brush. Okay, this is, it just says Born Pretty Nail Brush. It doesn't say anything else as far as size or anything else like that, but it looks like it's pretty little. This is the type of brush that I really like to draw with. However, I do usually like when they have that little metal piece. I can't remember what it's called right now. When they have that metal piece. And the only reason that I like that metal piece is because it makes the brush so it's further away from the... Am I in frame? Okay, good. Makes the brush so that it's further away from the... Ooh, look at that. Wow. Look at that. That is really pigmented. And it looks like chrome. That is really nice. Definitely recommend that. See how she cures, shall we? That is some really nice stuff. I'm super impressed. Super Shine Silver, it says. Metal painting gel. I really like that. That's pretty cool. All right. Should we do the new colors that I got? I'm really glad that they came up with, or they're coming out now with the 15 ml bottles. Oh, these are actually, yep, they're 15 ml. Look at this one. This poor thing. It came with a magnet, so the magnet beat the shit out of the bottle. So should we, here, let's do 05 first. I want to see how it compares to this one that we talked about earlier. This one is just a regular gel. It is, ooh, a little thick. That's kind of thick. A little bit thick. It's got one wonky brush. Where are we? All right, let's zoom you down in a little more, huh? Maybe you can see a little better. This is so beautiful. This is one of my very favoriteest colors. The sapphire blue or the navy blue with it's like navy blue with sapphire blue little micro glitters in it. I think, yep, with a few little purple glitters in there. Oh, that is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. And there's, yeah, that's one coat coverage. We're gonna pop that one in the lamp. There you are. I don't like that you can see inside the bottle. Like I've told you before, I think. See, now this one you can't, but this one is. But I have cured too many polishes that have that where you can see through the bottle, and you know, you just happen to have your polish over by the light with that window open and you're screwed. So you really got to be careful with those polishes. All right, let's do a second coat on this gorgeousness. God, that's beautiful. All right. Look at that. Oh, I think it's even more beautiful now. Giving it, oh, I'm not out of frame. Giving it a little depth. Can you see it? Unblur. I don't know. Maybe down here. Nope, you're not gonna get to see it. It's just absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning. Stunning. That was number 50 color gel. And this one is Snow White glitter gel. Snow White glitter jelly. Ooh. She's kind of thick too. Just hope that it self levels. Look at that. Oh, I hope I wasn't out of frame the entire time. Are we going to... It's showing up a little yellow on my phone, and I'm not sure why. Because it is a nice white jelly with white matte glitters in there and little tiny silver flecks. Just little tiny silver specks of glitter. Maybe they're white glitter. They could be white glitter. They could also be like platinum. They are gorgeous. Let's move on to the 10 ml bottle here. Oh, this is just white. Doesn't look white in the bottle. Because we always need to check out the white. Ooh, look at that. Now really at this point I'm just wiping it off because they are a little thick. But look at that. That's pretty much one coat. You could probably get away with one coat if you were really fussy with your application. Actually, it's kind of blending together, so maybe if I just give it a couple seconds, it'll be completely opaque in one. That's okay. I don't mind doing 2 coats. Like 2 coats is kind of good. I think 2 coats really has a tendency to bring out if there are any glitters or anything, the deeper, it just makes the color deeper and richer. And look at that. It's still translucent, still jelly, but yeah, that really gives it some depth and dimension. That is a really, really pretty polish. I wish that you guys could see half as just, I wish you could really see how beautiful that really is. Look at that. Oop. Look at that white. Just freaking white. There's a little spot there that I missed. But other than that, it really, one coat, you guys, one coat. Black Glass Cat Magnetic Gel, number 60419-1. So we'll try this one next. See if the magnetic ones are as thick as the other. We're going to go ahead and try it on a clear swatch stick first. Ooh. Where are you? There you are. This is nice. Nice and creamy. Just very nice. Looks like kind of a gunmetal. Let's use the magnet that they gave us and see what we can come up with. Ooh, whoops. Did something wrong there. Try that again. Just kind of go over it. Okay. Oh, can you see any difference? Look, whoosh, gone. This is a good magnet. All right. Oh, there we are. Try this again. You guys, you definitely don't need a black background for this. Almost like they're already activated. Look at that. So pretty. That is really pretty. It's almost like it's got a white and silver reflect. That is cool. You guys know that I only ever do the lines on my swatches because I want to know what that polish is going to look like. You know what? I want to, just for S's and G's, because you guys, we're here, why not? We're playing. I am going to matte top coat this one. And I want to see how close it ends up looking to that other one that I love. Shall we? We'll pop that in the lamp. Throw more 60 seconds on it. And we have got our final polish. This is Sea Blue Cat Magnetic Blue. This is a 15 ml bottle, and I don't know if like these bottles don't say they're HEMA-free on the bottle, which is kind of weird, but they say they're HEMA-free on the packaging. So we're just going to think maybe a poor bottle. God. Oh. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. Look at that. I'll show you the viscosity. See how thick that is? All right. Let's get a swatch stick. Let's put this white behind it. Just see what we can see. Look at that. Blues and greens. And I'm really curious to see what it's going to magnetize like. Jeez. Lots of polish. Okay. It doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot. I mean, it definitely has magnetized, but the lines are still in it, which kind of sucks. Like the polish lines. Here, let's see what she does. Ooh, look at that. I think that one would probably benefit from having a black underneath, but I know a lot of people say just to, how do you get rid of, basically get rid of the magnet. So the color, so you can't see the magnet colors, and then cure it like that. Black, pretty. Okay, so yeah, these two colors are nothing alike. just so you know, this one's a whole lot darker than this one, but they're both very, very pretty. But that chrome effect, that is pretty awesome. I wonder if they have a gold. I'm sure they have a gold and a rose gold. Ooh, rose gold. I think I need that rose gold if they have one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need it. Just the way it is. But this black ice is with one coat, and that's completely opaque. That is nice. And a nice line. Okay, so we are back to this cat eye. Back to the sea blue. It's a really nice tealy color. It's very pretty, a little dark. At this point, I think it just needs to wipe a lot of that off. My goodness. It's so thick. The hard part about thick polishes is not getting too much on your brush. Or not getting too much on your swatch. Or your nail. Or whatever. Why are you so dark? Ugh. Okay. So look at that. And then we have that. It's really pretty. It's like a bright green line with then a blue and purple aura. God, that is very, very pretty. 3 colors. That is very pretty. Okay. Like I said, I don't mind doing 2 coats. Don't mind that at all. Let's move on a little bit with some of these stamping polishes. Our holographic stamping polish collection, Fantasy Holographic Series. So, I mean, they're really pretty on the black. At least the silver one is. God. The problem is these are really old. And so I don't know, you know, the holographic really pops on the black. And then you don't get much, you don't see much of it on the white, but it's there. So there are several colors in that collection. Let me grab a different collection, see what we can see. Okay, so I also have, see, I don't have any of their basic colors. I just have like different cool, cooler kind of colors. Like these are, they have like an aurora shift. Like this one's red and purple, and then this one next to it is like a pink and orange, which I thought was gorgeous. But they're like, let's see, this is the Universe series. Both of these are in the Universe series. Oh, what do you call that stuff? Iridescent. Yes. Okay. More of the Universe series, kind of metallic series. Yeah, these are a little metallic. Let's see, the Universe series. And then, yeah, like this one is more, got that, I just said it. But it's got, yeah, that stuff. But these ones, you know, have the multi-chrome effect. Some of these in the Universe series have the multi-chrome effect. So I did end up getting the whole series of those, and they work really nice. But, you know, because they're not, because they're iridescent, they're see-through. So they're not going to be completely opaque, especially, you know, but like it shimmers that other color. Like this one shimmers blue. Oh, God, Lori. So it shimmers blue over the black, but it's a really light orange over the white. I don't know if you can even see it. But like if you were going to put this over a dark color, it would be absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you could still see the orange on the black, just a little bit, but the blue really shines. So, you know, that's something, I don't even know if you can buy those anymore. But last but not least of all of the Born Pretty things that I have they're stamping plates. I have an absolute, here, let's go out. There we go. I have an absolute ton of their stamping plates. I pulled a few from my collection. I don't know if any of these are ones that you can still purchase, but they are like, this one has got like a huge image in the center, but you know, like that is really pretty. And this one, you know, I had to have it. I don't know that I've ever used it, but I had to have it. You know, you got the woman over here blowing her fingers dry. But they're they're a ton. And I have never, ever had a problem picking up images from Born Pretty plates. So, yeah. They've even got some, like this one is a layered stamping plate. And all the different types of butterflies and moths. And then if you want to do, so there we go. All right. Should we do something funky, something big? All right. Stamping mixing oil. Directions. Cure under UV LED nail lamp for 60 seconds for a complete dry. Seriously? Come on, Born Pretty. You can't just leave us like that. What do you mix with it? Do you mix pigments? Do you mix, I think you mix gels. All right, pretty sure that you just mix gel. Let's find a color that's just a plain color. All right, let's take this pretty peachy color. I don't know if I ever told you these are 10 ml bottles. All right, I'm gonna just take a plop of gel polish. And I don't know, let's mix it. Just put a couple of drops in there. We'll put 3 drops. We'll put 3 drops in there and see what happens. All right. Ooh, this stuff kind of stinks. You know what it smells like? Regular polish. All right, I hope that didn't dry while I was dinking around looking for... Kind of looked like it was drying. Okay, let's try this. You know, the only problem really with using like a mixing gel like this, like, is you're diluting it. You're diluting the color, the pigment. So, I mean, I don't know how great that's going to work. Look at that. Oh, popped right on. Of course, the problem is that this extra stuff doesn't come off with gel as easily as it does with when you're using regular polish. I honestly, let's put this centered. And try. Not bad. It's I smooched it. But let's pop that in the lamp and see. I'm curious. Oh, I haven't redone this at all, but it's still on there. So what happens if we just stamp it again? It's still there. Huh. That still worked. Of course, it's mostly gone now, but yeah, I would just say like less than 50-50 mix for it to just become. But like I said, the only thing that I would worry about is diluting the formula. Okay, we have pigments. I'm gonna try pigments. How it this work? Okay. All right, so if we take ooh, that's freaking bright. All right, if we take, we don't need that much. We take a scoop of pigment powder. Just so you guys know, I personally don't have a code for Born Pretty. Oh, yeah, that tried. I personally don't have a code for Born Pretty, but Pretty Little Nails code, I think it's, I'm almost positive it's 10% off, is PLN10. And so I thought I would just make that a little easier for you. I think it might be an affiliate code, but I have linked Born Pretty in the description box, and the link that I left there is her affiliate link as well. So she's a really nice gal, and I have been watching her. She doesn't have very many followers or subscribers. Well, I don't have very many subscribers either. So betwixt the two of us, so, you know, give her a follow. Go ahead and use her code or whatever code you would like to use. If you've got somebody else that you would prefer to use their code, if you know they have a code, go right ahead. But yeah, so definitely use a code, save yourself some money. I did not have a code when I was buying this, but like I said, it was their Black Friday sale this last year. I did actually buy quite a bit of stuff for Black Friday this year, and I've just been kind of saving it for these videos. Okay, this actually feels really runny, but let's get it on here before it dries. I don't know. I mean, you saw how much pigment and how much, kind of trying to tap it into the plate just so that I know that it's getting into those grooves. So we're going to try and be a little quick about this. No. Oh, well. I'm assuming it did not work because I forgot to clean off my stamper. Nice, right? Stupid. Okay. let's clean up a little. Good clean scraping surface, because that is important too when you're doing stamping. Did you guys know that if you get a lot of streaks when you're scraping, you can file the edge of your scraper? You should file the edge of your scraper, because with the stamping plates and stuff, it'll notch it. It'll just put little notches and grooves in it over time. And you just use a super, super fine, like, buffer filer just to make that surface smooth again, so you don't get all the streaks. Just a little tip for you. I think I'm all out of stamping tips now, but I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. Figure out some more for you. All right, are we even in frame? No. All right, so I've got like a pretty good little glob there. And we're just gonna mix this up as we can. Smoosh it in. This is just such a really bright, vibrant red pigment powder. So, going to scrape it up. Don't forget to see, with stamping gel, I like to smush it in. Sometimes it just doesn't get all the way into the little nooks and crannies because it's a little thicker than regular gel polish, or regular polish, I should say. So the regular polish kind of just goes in there, and the gel polish needs a little bit of tappity tap sometimes. Just so as you know. I guess that's another tip, isn't it? Ooh, scraped too much. Maybe that's just not going to work. Yeah, I just don't. Maybe it'll work. I'm not sure. I'm gonna probably, I can't get it to work at this very moment, so I'm gonna leave it like that for now. But I might try a few different, try a little. Why do I keep wiping off my paper palette? Just trying to clean. But yeah, I might try a little bit more, play with it a little bit more some other time. I don't have time right now. I wish I did. But like I said, let's do our little recap, shall we? You know, the mixing gel is cool, but like I said, I'm afraid that it would dilute any of the polishes that you put on there, so you wouldn't get very good coverage with anything that you used with the mixing gel, unless you decided to, you know, use something that's super, super highly pigmented. Oh, you guys, let's try this. I know. Okay, let's just try it, see what happens. All right. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it without. Boy, that doesn't look like it's got anything to it, does it? Does it need to be mixed? Let me see. It does. How come it worked so well with that other without me mixing it. Oh, well. Maybe I stuck the brush farther down into the product. This is a nice full jar too. All right, now that it's all gritty, let's just see what happens. This is nice and loose. The product is really loose, so I don't think we'll need to worry about it not going into. Let's try it without the stamping gel and see what happens. Yeah. Well, it does what every other gel in the world does, and it makes kind of a mess on your stamper. Just kind of, it doesn't like to stick to the stamper. That's why we don't generally use gels unless you have one of those hard plastic old school stampers. Let me show you. Like one of these with the hard plastic. This is an old school stamper. But gel polish generally will stick to this normal, like a regular stamper. So, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just fucking solid chrome. All right. Let's ask home. You know, the one thing with stamping is that you definitely, well, I definitely go through a lot of wipes. Okay. I'll put a little puddle of mixing gel. Okay, I ran out of space on my phone. Ran out of battery, run out of space, but yeah, if you put that mixing gel in this, it picks up fantastic. This was the second time I stamped it. So, yeah, I smudged it a little there, but it worked pretty good. The second time it's a little transparent. The first time though, it's really good, except for the line that I had in there. Whoop. A lovely line. What do you do? I have problems trying to keep the lines out when I'm stamping. So, but we have this silkworm gel again. We'll see. This is silkworm gel, BP02. We will see if we can't get it to work this time. All right. All right. Just really quickly put it all on there. And see how it's kind of making little bubbles and holes. Well, it's already taken off half the side, but yeah, I don't know if that'll help you any, but yeah, you can really see all the bubbles and holes. So yeah, that still works great. I wonder if you'd be able to see it better on a darker. Ooh. Let's take this dark one. We'll just give it a little time. Not like watching paint dry, huh? There they go. Getting some dots and It seems like there's more dots where there's more paint. Let's just try putting a thick layer on there and see what happens. What are we thinking? Is it working better with thicker or? They're definitely forming. You can see them kind of forming in mostly where that pigment is. And it kind of, yeah. I wonder if me wiggling it around is probably not helping, huh? So that's kind of cool. It's like a, just, you know, kind of like a neat little effect. If you want this one, let's see. Here, we'll put it on the white. See if you can even, there you go. Tell that there's really any pink in it. It's just something different. Something a little different. We'll just cure them up real quick. Okay. Well, I got some stuff on that. I got this one just today in the mail. I had to, I ran out of, it says manufacturing date. I just got it today and it was, oh, okay, 3/20/25. I was like, it was just manufactured on the 20th, but here is the name and number. There you go. Now that it's right up. But I just got this in the mail today. So we'll just have a real quick look at this one before we final thoughts it. What do you think? All right. It does have the clear front, which you guys know I don't particularly care for. But look at the color. Can you even see the color? Let me see. Here's some packaging. You have the white background. Yeah, that's not really working very well. But here we go. Yeah. A pretty color. We'll just, shall we see? I'm pretty sure this is a cat eye. Grab a magnet. Regular magnetizing. Do that, and we'll look at that. Oops. I don't know if you can tell, but it turns like almost black and then a bright blue. There we go. That is kind of cool. That's kind of neat. Try and look at that. The blue and a green line, the black background, and my final thoughts. Well, honestly, if they hadn't quit making full-size bottles, or they started making, you know, like the icky 7 ml bottles, I probably never would have stopped buying from them. You know, all in all, these products are really good. I like them. I don't have any problems with them whatsoever. So, you know, if you don't mind the smaller bottles, like most of them are 10 ml, unless you can buy the HEMA free. The HEMA free is, you know, the bigger 15 ml bottles. And if you don't mind like really searching for the small or for the bigger bottles. But yeah, they're definitely a nice polish brand, and yeah, it's nothing wrong with them at all. I like their inks. I like their stamping plates. Their stamping polishes I haven't tried for a very, very long time, so I don't know how great they are. So, you know, they were okay before. So I guess if I were to buy stamping polishes now, I would probably buy like the black and the white for sure from Clear Jelly Stamper. I know it's a little more expensive, but you're going to definitely get a nice opaque black and a nice opaque white. You're not going to see anything underneath of those. But like the rest of the colors, maybe don't think they were up to the greatest quality as far as stamping polishes go. There's just not enough pigment in them. But something like a glitter stamping polish, or like these stamping polishes, the Aurora ones, seem to work really well. So that's just my personal opinion. You know, I would stick with a different polish, but the plates are fantastic. And here's this one, you know, and if you're going to only be stamping over black, or, you know, but let me know what you think of Born Pretty, and let me know what you think of this video, and share this video if you think it's worth sharing. Leave it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already, and yeah, hit the little bell icon too, so YouTube will let you know when I upload next, and I will see you again next time. Bye!